Hello everyone, I'm xSoporific and welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you guys another episode of xSoporific Talks. This is the fourth episode where I'll be talking about my work experience so far. This should have been episode 3, but I postponed it because I want to talk about my fender bender real quick. Speaking of which, I actually had a second encounter with the police today. Yes, 2 times in 1 week I encountered the police, and this time it's because of a turn I made. I knew I had to wait till I got to a street to turn, but I didn't want to go that far, so I saw a gas station, I turned to the left, I used the gas station to turn in. I didn't even go fully into the gas station, I just drove on the sidewalk and then went out. But just my luck, there was a police car right behind me. And yeah, gave him my license, registration, my insurance, everything. Luckily, I got everything renewed from the last encounter, so I didn't have to deal with the consequences of having something expired. Because who knows, maybe this cop wouldn't have been so merciful like the last one I encountered. He went over the stuff, he let me know I couldn't do that. He said he'll let me off in a warning, told him alright, and I headed home. I'm saying God is good. He's been looking out for me this week. And I've been trying to drive safer too, I just made a dumb mistake. But hopefully it won't happen again. Anyway, let me stop stalling and actually get to the story because I have a lot to talk about. So first I'm going to talk about the whole process of actually getting the job first before I go on to actually working the job. Ever since I got out of trade school, I've been looking for jobs on Indeed since like near the beginning of November. Like once I got out of trade school, I was just looking for jobs. I applied to a bunch of places and I only got like 2 or 3 of them to respond back to me. One of them refused me because they already got enough people. The other one refused me because of my age. They said I had to be like at least 21 to be working with them. And the third one, they said they can have me. I don't know if this was when they responded to me, but I think November 30th is the day like they called me in for like the interview or whatever. First time getting interviewed, because technically this is my first job I ever worked. The only other job I had before this was doing DoorDash. I mean, yeah, it's a job, but it's not like a job where you got like a salary or paid by the hour thing. It's just a job to make extra money because you're basically your own boss. You get to choose your hours. When you get your pay that you worked for, you don't get taxed. But yeah, me applying for this job is like the first time I went through the whole process of responding back and forth on emails, keeping in touch with numbers, going to a job interview, etc, etc. But yeah, the job interview went fine. Talked to this nice woman, asked some questions, blah blah blah. We went through the whole process and we finished the interview. After that, they brought me on the team. They said they're gonna see if they can find me a job. A few days later, they got me one. I didn't expect it to be that quick, but I wasn't complaining. I had nothing else to do. They gave me info on the foreman I'll be working with, the job site I'll be on. They said they couldn't find me an electrical company yet. They're still looking, but in the meantime, he's like, if you wanted to work, get some experience, here's this job. I'm working on a site where they're building an apartment building and I'm just doing the cleanup. So the first day, got up, got ready, headed to the site, got there pretty early. My agent came with me to make sure everything was alright. He left. The first thing my foreman wanted me to do was to sign people in. Mind you, at the time it was like 7 o'clock and he wanted me to stay out here signing people in till like 9:30. I'm like, you got people coming in here till 9:30? Like everybody got a different schedule? I thought we all would have been on the same thing, but nope. Some people be coming in later than others, and it's just the whole thing. Parked my car, I went to the front, stood there in the freezing cold, waiting for people to come. To pass the time, I just stayed on my phone and just listened to stuff, like whether it be music or watch YouTube videos. But of course, it's my first day on the job, so I didn't want my boss to see, so I was keeping an eye out, making sure he didn't see me. I don't want my first impression of him to be like just on my phone, but I needed something to pass the time. It was just so boring, sitting out in the freezing cold early in the morning. But once that was done, I went to him, asked him what he wanted. He said, you can go upstairs to the 2nd floor. There's a partner up there working under the same company as me. He's just sweeping the floors. He told me to just go help him, so went in the building. Found a way to get up to the 2nd floor. I brought my toolbox too. I thought I was gonna be doing electrical work because, that's what I went to trade school for. I didn't realize that I was mainly gonna be doing cleaning. I don't know if I forgot or I wasn't paying attention, but I learned it later on. But for my first week, it didn't click with me yet. And this wasn't even like a full week yet because I started working on a Wednesday, so anyway, I got upstairs, found my one partner. It was this older guy, spent the majority of the day just sleeping. Didn't really talk to each other much on the first day, but we just swept, had our lunch, took our breaks when we needed it. Just swept and swept until the day was over. That was the first day. Second day, same thing. He's a little more talkative. We had a little heart to heart. He wanted to know what I was coming in here for. I told him I'm trying to be a better electrician. He said electrician was one of the things he did. He did a multitude of things. He showed me his company that he had. He showed me his old work. He motivated me to, keep studying, stay sharp on my knowledge. Because if I keep it up, I'll be doing big things and making big money. He talked about girls and whatever. And also just an unrelated fact. I thought this dude was like in his mid to like late 30s. It turned out he was in his late 50s, which is surprising me because he looked so young. But you know what they say, black don't crack. But yeah, he was complaining that he's just been working here for a month, just sweeping and cleaning up, and he was getting tired of it. And I was like, I don't blame him because I want to be doing electrical work too. I want to sharpen my knowledge, and I'm just here just cleaning up a site. I didn't go to 9 months of trade school for this. But anyway, that was the 2nd day. Third day, which was a Friday, we started sweeping again, and he was on a phone call complaining to his friend. I'm not sure who he's talking with. I think it was a friend, but he was just complaining how he just hated the job. He looked out the window. He's like, you know what? I've been doing this for over a month. I think I'm just gonna quit. I didn't think he was gonna do it, but later on he's like, yeah, I'm done. He just dropped the broom. I watched him walk outside, walked to his car. He took his car out. He called the company, let him know that he's not working there anymore. So now the foreman's come to me, and now I have to do everything by myself. The dude is straight up dissed me, but I get it. He wants to work what he wants to work on. He doesn't want to be a maid, basically. But yep, now I'm just by myself doing all the cleaning. And I'm still cleaning by myself to this day. It's just me. Everybody else on the job is like doing other stuff, like whether it be working on electrical, doing the plumbing, working on windows, etc., etc. But yeah, from there on out, I only worked those 3 days. That was my first week. Continuing onward, did some more sweeping of rooms and hallways, did some heavy lifting with some stuff outside. The second week, my car tire popped. If you guys didn't know, I actually made a post on YouTube about it. But yeah, my car tire popped. I'm not sure why, but I believe the reason was because when I was driving on the site, there might have been a stray nail and I might have just drove over it and not realized. But yeah, I noticed it during lunchtime because I went to go and drive to get lunch because I didn't have a home lunch pack with me. And the guy was telling me, tire pressure's low, you should get that checked. I went to the gas station, paid $2 to fill it. Didn't seem like it was doing much, but I couldn't focus on it because I had to get back to work. Later on during the day, one of the guys on the site told me, hey, look at your tire, it doesn't look so good. I'm like, yeah, I'll deal with it later. Came back, time to leave, and the tire's like completely flat. Like when I drive, it makes that terrible noise. It feels terrible to go. It's like completely dead. So I slowly drove it to a nearby gas station, which wasn't far, but when you have a tire like that and it's making all that noise, plus all the traffic because everybody else is getting off work, what a drive it was. It wasn't even that far, but it felt like a lifetime to get to a gas station. Got to the air pump again, spent money to fill it up, and it wasn't going. That's when I realized I got a dead tire. Called my parents, said you guys stayed there. They're gonna call a guy to come over and change my tire. And the reason why is because they couldn't come over and help me. They were working late. They told me to look inside my trunk and see if I had a spare one. I opened the trunk and I saw like a circle-like thing that looked like it contained a tire. I didn't turn it over, but I told them like, yeah, I have a spare one. 2 or 3 hours later, the guy finally comes. It's dark outside, it's nighttime. He gets his stuff in the car, getting ready to fix it. I open the trunk, I turn over the thing, and I realized there's no tire. I didn't have a spare. I thought I did. I saw like this metal outline of a wheel. I thought there was a wheel in there, but I didn't check. The dude drove all the way over here from another city just to realize I don't have a spare tire. So he told me to just call the company, get a tow truck, have them tow you back home. Told my parents, that's what they did, got a tow truck. Took a picture of it too. I'll see if I can put it on screen. Sorry if the quality is not that great. I had to take it with my front camera because my back camera doesn't work. I'm getting a new phone soon, so the camera issue should soon be fixed. I was in that gas station till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, all the way to like 7:30 at night. Dude came, got my car, got in the truck with him, he took me home. He was traveling with his dog, so the dog had to go and sit with him because the dog was sitting where I was supposed to sit. And it was a nice ride. Yeah, that was an experience. It was my first time dealing with something like this. Dude took me home, dropped off the car. Later in the weekend, my dad helped me get my tire changed, and that was my first experience dealing with that. Now moving on from that day, and later within that same week, my boss wasn't there for like the Thursday and Friday, but he usually has like another guy he works with, and he just stays in the trailer and then just leaves at a certain point. Also, this was before I got my tire fixed, so I had to take my dad's car to work. He didn't have to use it because he was off, because it was like holidays. It was like before Christmas, so he was on vacation. So he let me use his car. I drove it to work Thursday. My boss wasn't there. I believe I stayed there till like 12. I was like, yeah, he's not appearing. Plus the other guy in the trailer he usually works with, he left already, so I just left. And then Friday, I took my mom's car, because she took my dad's car. Not really relevant to the story, but just a fact I like to point out. I come again, he's not there. I'm like, I'll just leave early again, because my boss's partner just stays in the trailer all day and just leaves at an earlier time. He's not gonna find out. I stayed for a little bit, and I decided I'm just going. Later on the day, I got a call from my company telling me that the guy asked why did I leave early. I was like, dang, they figured it out. Tried to play it off, and it's like, okay, I'll just wait till Monday. Monday came, the dude was not happy with me. Like Friday, he was all happy-go-lucky. Monday came, the dude was furious. He came at me. He's like, why'd you leave early? I tried to play it off as if I didn't leave early. But he's like, nah, I searched that whole building. I didn't see you. I'm like, dang. He's like, just for that, you're not getting paid. I'm like, what? That scared me at first, but then I realized he can't even do that because I still get my time card signed from my boss. And what I realized how he figured it out, not only because he checked the whole building, I wasn't there, and my car wasn't there, but also because majority of the guys on the site works under my foreman too. I thought everybody had their own boss, but no, they worked under my foreman, and the majority of the other guys that were working there realized that John wasn't there that day too, so nobody else worked. Everybody just left at their own time. That was a dead giveaway. So the dude came, switched to my boss, the boss came. I told him that I didn't just up and leave. I'm trying to save the situation, but he's like, don't worry about it. He usually gets super mad like this, and he was forgiving of me. I was like, okay, after that experience, I'm not leaving early like that ever again. I'm not trying to get my boss's bad side, and I've only been working there for like 2 weeks at the time. And after that, I kept working, made sure I stayed on my boss's good side. Whatever he asked me to do, make sure I did it to the best of my ability, didn't leave early, and just kept working. Now it's already January 11th, and I can't believe it's already been over a month since I've been working at the site. And time flies by. I actually found an electrical job that was interested in taking me. The thing is, I have to get an OSHA 30 card, so I'm doing this little thing online. I finished the whole module already. I just gotta wait for the whole 30 hours thing, because you actually have to spend 30 hours of time on the course to actually, get the card. But yeah, just waiting on that. Once I get the card, I can go check out this other electrical job. I actually want to, improve my electrical knowledge and actually work what I was studied for, not to be some maid on the construction site. And yeah, that's been my work experience so far. There's a lot of cleaning and heavy lifting. I already had a few crazy experiences. Luckily, I haven't got injured yet. Even today was interesting. Usually I'm just working in and out of the building, but today I was just outside all day. And it was a pretty cool day today. Just cleaning up outside the building, helping this dude load stuff on the truck. We had a cool heart-to-heart and just talking. Older gentleman, he gave me some encouragement to never stop learning, even if it's on stuff that I haven't studied for. He just told me to pay attention because I'll never know when there will be a day where I'll need something done and I know how to do it just because I watched somebody else do it. So I'll make sure to remember that. Also, it was kind of hard to be near him because the dude was smoking a lot and I just hate the smell of smoke, bro. Cigarettes are so disgusting. But yeah, that's just been my work experience so far. This was a long one, but thank you guys for listening to the story. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna spin the wheel and see what the topic for the next episode is. But anyway, I'm out of here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm xSoporific, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. And the topic for the next episode is